I am Komalavalli, Assistant Professor of English from JJ College, Pudukottai. Today our topic is A Nation's Strength, the poem. The poem is written by Ralph Waldo Emerson, born May 25th, 1803, Boston, Massachusetts, US, and died April 27, 1882, Concord, Massachusetts. He was an American lecturer, poet, and essayist, the leading exponent of New England transcendentalism. Emerson was a leader of the transcendentalist movement in the mid-19th century. He was a champion of individualism and a critic of society pressures. His works were influenced by philosophers from Asia and Middle East and often incorporated elements of non-Western philosophy. Some of the Emerson's other well-known essays include The Oversoul, Circles, The Poet, and Experience. The summary of the poem is straightforward poem about the strength of countries and where it comes from. Now we read the poem, A Nation's Strength. What makes a nation's pillars high and its foundation strong? What makes it might to defy the foes that round it throng? It is not gold, its kingdom grand, go down in battle shock. Its sapped are laid on sinking sand, not an abiding rock. Is it the sword? As the red dust of empires passes away, the blood has turned the stones to rust, their glory to decay. And is it bright? Oh, that bright ground has seemed to nations sweet, but God has struck its luster down in ashes at his feet. Not gold, but only men can make a people great and strong. Men who for truth and honor's sake stand fast and suffer long. Brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly. They built a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky. The poem begins with the speaker presenting readers with rhetorical questions regarding where a nation's strength comes from. He then goes on to pose a few different answers before coming to the conclusion that strength comes from leaders who work harder than everyone else and are capable of inspiring those around them. The main theme of this poem is the strength of nations. Specifically, the poet is interested in analyzing and describing how and why some nations maintain their strength and endure the passes of time, while others do not. He poses a few reasons why a country might endure before settling on what he says is the main reason: the people or the leaders they contain. Structure and form. A Nation's Strength by William Ralph Emerson is a six-stanza poem that is divided into quatrains or sets of 4 lines. The lines follow a simple rhyme scheme of AB, AB, changing end sounds from stanza to stanza. The poet uses similar length lines that alternate between iambic tetrameter and iambic trimeter. This means that the odd numbers lines have a total of 8 syllables with a few exceptions, and the even number lines have a total of 6 syllables with some exception. Now explain the poem. Now we read the first 4 lines of the poem. What makes a nation pillars high and its foundation strong? What makes it might to defy the foes that around it throng? The first lines of this poem, the speaker begins by asking 2 rhetorical questions. He wonders what it is about a nation that makes its foundation strong? What is that a nation does that allows it to stand up to and defy surrounding force? Second stanza. It is not gold, it is kingdom grand. Go down in battle shock. Its shaped are laid on sinking sand, not an abiding rock. The second stanza provides some suggestions as to what the speaker thinks about strong countries. The speaker makes it clear from the start that they do not believe that it is a gold or wealth that makes a nation or a kingdom great. Just because a nation has money doesn't mean that it is going to be able to defend itself and its ideologies. If it depends on its wealth to get it through difficulties, then it's going to find itself on sinking sand rather than abiding, long lasting rock. It is this kind of rock or foundation that the speaker is interested in. Now we read the third stanza. Is it the sword as the red dust of empires passes away? The blood has turned the stones to rust, their glory to decay. To answer to his own rhetorical question, the speaker says that all one has to do is turn to ask the empires passes away that had such armies but are now nothing more than broken monuments. Now we read the fourth stanza. And is it bright? Oh, that bright crown has seemed to nations' feet, but God has struck its luster down in ashes at his feet. To answer to his own rhetorical questions, the speaker says that all one has to do is turn to ask the empires pass away that had such armies but are now nothing more than the broken monuments. The blood of these once great empires has rusted the stone of their great accomplishment and led to decay, just as rust destroys the metal. And fifth stanza, not gold, but only men can make a people great and strong. Men who for truth and honor's sake stand fast and suffer long. The fifth stanza of the poem says that it is not gold that inspires and makes people great. It is only men. People are only made great through the inspiration and direction they receive from the leaders. It's critical to have leaders who are interested in truth and honor for the sake of those things alone and not to any other end. People must be able to suffer for a cause they believe in all. Now last stanza of the poem. Brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly. They built a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky. Another option is pride or love for one's country and its people. Many different nations have pride in varying levels, but the speaker knows that the God does not approve of such an understanding of the world, in which one values their country and people over everyone and everything else. It's sure to be struck down by God and turned to ashes. The man that it takes to make a nation great are those who work long hours when others are sleeping and who are capable of pushing people to be the best versions of themselves. It's these people, the speaker conclude, that make a nation's pillars deep and lift a nation and its people into the sky. This is a more lyrical way of saying that countries that have leaders like those described in this poem are more likely to endure the test of time. Okay, thank you.